welcome back. This is By the Book, and we're your married relationship coaches. I'm Sent.
I'm Sil.
And as you guys can see, we're going to go ahead and jump into this Derrick Jaxn story. It's been a mess over the past, year and a half or so. So we haven't talked to you guys about this, but we do plenty of talking about it at home. And since they are freshly announcing that they're getting divorced, or at least he's making that announcement at this point, let's just go back and talk about a little bit of this.
Okay.
If you guys don't know who Derrick Jaxn is, that's okay. I wasn't really a fan or anything. Didn't know much about him. He's, I think, a somewhat self-proclaimed relationship guru. So he came into his fame making videos all about, empowering women and, men should do this. And if this guy's not doing this for you, you need to move on. All of this type of stuff to get probably a very huge woman audience behind him. I'm pretty sure that's where he got most of his support from.
Without a doubt.
And then the ball drops because he gets exposed for cheating. Right? This happened early I think sort of the early part of 2021 that he got exposed for cheating, at which point he and his wife came out with the infamous video where she's wearing her bonnet. She called it what did she say? The helmet of salvation or something like that. So she holds his hand the whole video, and he tries as best he can to apologize for cheating. He explains that there's no justification, etc. He allows her an opportunity to speak, to which she speaks up and says, well, I left it first, and then, I only came back when I saw a change in him. And he starts to talk about his spiritual shift, which, if I'm not mistaken, and you guys tell me, because like I said, I didn't watch a lot of his videos, but I thought he was approaching these videos from a Christian standpoint to begin with.
Yeah, I'm not 100% on that either, because I didn't follow him a lot either. I saw some of his videos, but I was not a diehard.
But in those videos, did you see a Christian standpoint? Did he kind of pitch that angle?
I never really heard it come out.
Not too heavy.
You can tell it's Christian based though, even though he doesn't say Jesus or Christ.
Okay. So that's where they were. Everybody jumped on him. He lost a lot of support because why? He's a hypocrite, right? He's saying all these things about, men shouldn't cheat. Women don't have to put up with this, et cetera, et cetera. He's this relationship guru. This is how you get a good marriage or a good man, a good relationship, all of this. And then he's not a good man, right? So, of course, we're all on his back dude, what are you doing? And it probably really damaged his brand, which is why I think he came out and had his wife sit there humiliated, most likely.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about women, we don't want to be embarrassed. Don't put us in a position where we have to be embarrassed or humiliated. And that's exactly what he did to her. And I felt so sorry for her. Notably, she is very spiritual. She leads with that in just about everything she does. So I personally feel like men like him take advantage of women like her because they can hide behind this whole spiritual element and be like, don't judge me, I'm only human, etc. We need to pray about this. We got to I let the Lord out of our relationship and we need to bring him back in. He can get multiple chances with somebody who seems a little bit naive, but also very spiritual.
Yeah.
So that's one of my big problems with him.
Okay.
Now, just about a month ago, guys, a little less than a month ago, right? I think her name is Danaya. If I'm not pronouncing it correctly, please correct me. There's an apostrophe in it, so I'm not sure where the pause is, and I can't pronounce things that well sometimes. So I'm going to call her Danaya for now because that's the best I can say it.
Okay.
And she comes out with this very odd video, right? We should have done a video about that, but I didn't even know what to say. Where she essentially is cursing people in the name of the Bible, who are speaking against her marriage, who are speaking negatively about it, who are criticizing them. She's saying things like, may you become widows and, may your seed become vagabond. It was wild. If y'all haven't seen it, go ahead and type that in the search.
She's actually quoting a Bible verse.
But she can't put curses on people.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
I don't care if that was in the Bible. That doesn't mean you get to curse people with it.
It's all in how you use it. And that was not the proper way.
I thought it was really bizarre, particularly, right, because nothing had come out about them. Like, it seems like when something big like that happens, and like I said, it was early 2021, there's a big influx of negative attention. Yeah. They probably got tons and tons of hate. He probably got so many messages. I'm sure he turned off his chat and messages and all of that stuff to any social media platform, and she probably did too at that time because of how much you're going to be flooded with negativity. But here we are at the latter part of 2022, and out of the blue, seemingly, she comes out with this video cursing her haters, I suppose, haters of her marriage. Seeming like, at least to me, now y'all tell me how y'all took it, she was trying to salvage her marriage at that point. So now, today or yesterday, Derrick Jaxn comes out with a pretty lengthy statement that they're getting divorced. Yeah. So somebody wasn't on the same page last month when she was putting out these curses on everybody, right? Because what he said was that they decided this months ago. I'll try to read this really quickly. We'll also put it up for you guys to see. But what Derrick Jaxn says is, over the past several months, my family and I have gone through many changes. Some of you have speculated, while others of you have reached out to offer support as we privately established this new normal for ourselves and our beautiful children. Early this year, after much prayer, counseling, and deep consideration, we decided to go, our separate ways and filed for divorce. So like when? You know what I'm saying? Like not earlier, like 3 weeks ago? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, he goes on to say, making the decision to file was one of the hardest decisions of my life, but I found peace knowing that our mission of raising healthy children, starting with healthy and whole parents, is still being accomplished. From falling in love as just teenagers to becoming spouses and now co-parents, I'm grateful for the years we've spent together and wouldn't trade them for anything. I was blessed to have such an amazing person in my life and will forever be thankful for all she's meant to our family. So, I mean, he didn't have anything bad to say about her. I wouldn't expect him to. No. He dare not. But here's what happened.
What happened?
Right? He was caught cheating again, or at least seemingly cheating. So photos were exposed of him with another woman that maybe something else was about to get leaked. Yeah. And I think he put this statement out not so much for the sake of his wife or his soon-to-be ex-wife or his children, but again to save his brand. I think Derrick Jaxn is worried about Derrick Jaxn and his income. And poor Danaya, she just has to be along for this ride. She's unraveling. I mean, she's putting curses on people, for God's sake. And he's like, oh, we filed for divorce a while ago. Yeah. Something's not adding up here.
Yeah. The whole thing is a bit strange, but not surprising. Like you said, that whole fiasco with him having the video with her, I never had a sense of contrition from him. I never had a sense of deep sorrow. And maybe it's because, like he said and she said, they had already dealt with everything. Maybe prior to them having that video, it was like a cleanup session. It was just them trying to clean up everything for their brand at that particular point. But they had already dealt with the infidelity and they were on the path of healing, possibly. But I never got the sense of deep sorrow, contrition. I just never did. Yes, he did take accountability. He did take, he did let us know that he failed. But again, to me, it was just like he was saying all the right words, but I didn't feel the remorse from those words at all. And so you know what? Maybe I didn't have to feel them because it really was up to his wife to feel them.
Yeah.
But for me personally, since you made a video about it, no, I didn't feel it. I didn't get that sense of contrition, deep sorrow from him at all.
I think he's a speaker, right? Like, he's good with words. He knows what to say. Him knowing what to say is what's gotten him where he is in his career, I guess, if you will. So, of course, he said the right words. The problem is, what I think you're not connecting with is his motivation for doing it. I think that his motivation, like I said earlier, had everything to do with his brand and kind of trying to salvage his source of income at this point, rather than truly feeling any remorse, being apologetic, feeling regretful about what he's done to his wife. You know, every time that somebody cheats, and I'm going to say men, but I mean, you know, we got Jada Pinkett as an example on the women's side, but usually it's a man. And every time they kind of like drag their spouse on to sit with them through this public confession and apology, and it's so cringeworthy. It's just difficult to watch, and it was no different for him with her. But it feels disingenuous because, one, I think it is. I think that he wanted to make sure that he could possibly keep going on with what was bringing in his income. You know, if he's discredited himself by cheating on his wife, which is a message that he is completely contradicting.
Exactly.
You know, then who's going to watch him? Who's going to want to follow him? He even said that in his like apology video. You know, it's going to be hard for people to listen to me now. You know, if you still continue to support me, you're probably looking at me crazy, basically. And yes, so what can I do? How can I do damage control? So honestly, what I think happened in this is that in him being caught again, it's like, fool us once, you know, on you. We're not going to be fooled if you're going to keep cheating on her and you're still trying to put out this message. I don't know that he can do enough damage control at this point.
No.
If it's coming out and it's being exposed at this point that he's cheated again, who wants to listen to him?
Exactly. And then, as far as I know, he had a book out too. But here's my thing. Y'all know I'm a Bible guy. In the book of Matthew, it says that, "Oh, hypocrites, you profess with your mouth God, but your heart is far off." And does that not bring truth for Derrick and everything that he's been doing? I mean, yeah, he can get on camera and he can say all those silky words as far as what a man should do and how he should present and how he should be there for his wife and his woman. But at the end of the day, like you said, Derrick was out for Derrick and what he felt and what he wanted to have and what he desired. And so it's sad. I hate to see families break up. I really do. But again, if he's not willing to, here's the key word, repent. If he's not willing to repent, have that repentant heart, that repentant spirit, then there's no way back. And then if he's getting caught again, like a year and a half later, dude, you didn't mean anything that you said.
No, and I don't think he did. I mean, I think in you reading him the way you did, it's true. And it's bearing out right now and that he can't stop. You know, for whatever reason, I say this to my husband all the time, I just don't feel like men handle attention from women as well as women can handle attention from men.
Well, some women.
Across the board, men are worse, I think, at handling attention.
You think so?
Absolutely. And I think it's because women start getting attention from when they're young. They're used to it. They're used to deflecting. They're used to rejecting. And men, when women start throwing themselves at you, it's like y'all be like, I don't know what to do. How was I supposed to say no? And it seems like he fell victim to that. You showed me an article from earlier where he lost a bunch of weight, right? So he used to be kind of an average body chunky guy, you know, probably a much less physically attractive build, generally speaking. And then he lost all this weight, and suddenly he decides to launch a social media channel talking all about relationships. So he got this confidence. He got this look that he was going for. If you've seen him, you see he's very cut up and muscular. It looks like he stays in the gym.
He's real.
So, so he's got this new body, and he's already probably good at speaking. So he's going to launch that into a career for himself. And it worked. But the attention that he probably got coming off of having a very average look, a very average body, you know, maybe less women are going to throw themselves at you type of look to yourself. Now you like this and you're in the public eye. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of women were at him. And I don't think that he had the ability or the experience to be prepared for it and remain faithful to his relationship. I think that's what we saw happen.
Possibly. And so what you're saying is if a guy wasn't really all that attractive in the get-go from the jump street, then he all of a sudden he becomes more appealing to women. You mean to tell me he can't say no? Is that what you're trying to say? Is what you're trying to say?
I'm saying men have a hard time with women throwing themselves at them. And I believe that his appearance, along with his fame that he attained from having this social media platform, got women throwing themselves at him like never before. And I don't think he was able to be strong enough to resist it. Okay. And that's too bad. I mean, I don't know if he had that spirit in him before. They were dating for a very long time. They said they were high school sweethearts or whatever the case may be. I don't know if that was something that he was doing all along or it just started happening after he got a certain amount of fame. But he doesn't seem to be able to well control it now. Even in his confession, it seemed like multiple women. You know, when Danaya spoke up, I've forgiven the others. How many others were there? You know, it's a lot that's going on. And for you to have to try to forgive not one random affair, but like multiples, like you just have a pattern of infidelity. That's a lot. I'm wondering who filed. I wonder if she finally had enough.
Yeah, a pattern of infidelities. You know, back in the day, the women on my block would say that was whorish. He has a whorish tendency.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know what the thing is. I know it takes some men a while to mature. And kind of get that wherewithal with them that, you know,
then
they're
he
not
shouldn't
to put themselves in situations like that.
Any type of platform where he's speaking on it like that.
I totally agree.
So, because, I mean, again, talk about something else.
Hypocrite.
Talk about fitness. Talk about something else. But this is not something you can speak on. It's not something you should continue to speak on. Just cut it out. He still has stuff that he's actively posting. Whatever was the last thing should be the last thing, because I don't want to hear. I didn't want to hear him before, but I really don't want to hear anything else about him.
Yeah, he just posted something last month in November, you know, relationship stuff, and so he's sticking with what got him to the race and what got him to the ball, so to speak. He's sticking with it. That's his thing.
So y'all let us know. Can you still listen to him? If you guys listened or were fans before, does he have any credibility left? Because for me, if I watched him before, I would not watch him anymore.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to hear anything that he has to say at all.
Yeah. 1 million followers on Instagram, over 700,000 followers on YouTube. That's a lot of people.
Yes, it's a huge platform. But if you're going to be hypocritical, I can't. Why do I want to listen to anything that you have to say?
Me, myself, I would not.
Yeah. So I'm curious. That's a big question for you guys. I'm curious where his credibility lies with you all. I'm curious what you think happened ultimately to break down this marriage, because it's very bizarre to me that Da'naia made the post that she made kind of standing up for her marriage. Maybe bizarrely so, but it was in defense of her marriage, and that was just less than a month ago. only for them to now announce this divorce. Was the pictures of him with the other woman like the final straw? Or was it something long in the making?
Yeah.
Is she having a nervous breakdown? Like, what in the world is going on? It's bizarre, but I think mercifully this relationship is coming to an end. As much as I don't like divorce, for them, for her in particular,
it may be her peace of mind.
Yeah, she doesn't need to continue to endure that. He's not that dude.
No.
He's the exact dude he told you not to be with.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Exactly.
Anyway, guys, drop those comments below. Let us know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe. And we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.